Stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is Monday, April 13th, 2020. It is the day after Easter, so for all my Stitchy friends that celebrate Easter, happy Easter. I'm glad to be back. It's been a little while. I know we're all living in crazy times and I am working full-time, so I'm busy working most times and don't have a lot of time to stitch, so as I get things and I have things to share, that I'm going to share them with you guys. I know all of us are over here making, see if I can, making masks, right? So here's my patriotic mask. I made my husband some patriotic masks. I made one with some license plates on them. I made one that has stars and stripes on them. And some sugar skulls. So I've been busy making masks for me and my husband and my brother-in-law to try to keep us safe during this time. And I have to admit, as bad as I am, I've made the mask, but I really haven't worn the mask because I can't breathe with the mask on. We're in the middle of spring here in Kentucky, and all the trees and the flowers are blooming, and you know what that means. That means there's pollen in the air, and I'm sneezing, coughing, stuffy, and it makes it worse. So I haven't been wearing them. I know, and being in retail, I should be wearing them, but I'm not. So, okay, so y'all can yell at me on the screen right now. I do use a lot of hand sanitizer at work. And because of that, my hands are all dried and cracked, and all my nails have broken off and cracked and peeled. And so that's not a good thing because I'm using hand sanitizer, because I don't believe when you're handling merchandise for customers, you can wear gloves, because then you're just going to pass it from one thing to another more easily. So I don't wear them. I just use the hand sanitizer quite a bit. We haven't gotten sick at all, so thank the Lord we have not gotten sick. And we trust that the Lord will watch over us while we're doing our jobs, we're essential employees right now, so we're glad to be doing that and working, but it is very stressful and have a lot of anxiety and stress over it. So of course it's breaking out my face, so I'm wearing makeup because my face is breaking out so bad from all the stress and anxiety. So anyway, I have got some stitching done today, or not today, but this time around. It's been maybe a couple weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. And I have no idea what episode this is either, so sorry. And I got a finish. It's an Easter finish. I finished it a couple weeks ago, and so I'm going to share that with you now. This was in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I'm sure a lot of you have seen these stitch up. This is the design that was called Spring Hair Etching, I think, and it's by Cecilia Turner, Heart and Hand, and this is my FFO for it. So there it is. I did my own color conversion for the design and made my bunny chocolate with a little bow on him and the flowers. And actually the flowers, I know they're showing up blue here, but they're not, they're purple. And did this finish on it, did a little folding of some, I want to say that's probably seam tape that I did almost, Kathy from Hands on Designs, she gave me the idea to do that, and she showed how to do it, so that's what I did. And we have polka dot fabric, and on the back we got a little bunny scene. That's a little Easter bunny scene. So really thrilled with that. It's stuffed nice and tight. So thanks to Vanna, Twisted Stitcher, and all her tutorials, I was able to finish this on my own. And it is just gorgeous. I love it. It is one of my favorites right now. I don't have a dough bowl or any kind of thing to put anything in right now. And I don't have a lot of smalls made, so, but definitely love my bunny. And hopefully by next year at Easter, I will have some kind of display to be able to put my bunny in. So he's just been sitting on my, one of our tables in the living room with the, against the lamp, so glad to have that done. So that was my finish and my FFO for this time around, and I have been doing a little bit of stitching, Not as much as I would like to do. I wish I could stay home more and stitch, but I can't. So let's get into what I've been working on. So this is my primary focus right now. This is Blackbird Designs, America the Beautiful. This is a borrowed chart. This is a chart lent to me by the fans of Blackbird Designs Facebook group. Patricia Geary had sent it to me, loaned it to me so that I could stitch the design. So I've been trying to work on this as much as possible. And part of the issue is all that red and white is a lot of red and white. Even on 40 count, and I'm doing it on 40 count, this is a large design on 40 count. So that was a lot of red and white stitching. But this is where I'm at. And I got all the stripes done. And now I can start on something else, anything. So I'm probably gonna have to get the stars and the blue done next so I can get that done and then get the pole done. But I think it's coming out beautiful. And I have to still put in under my initials, I still have to put in 2020. So really glad to have this worked on. I did do my own color conversion on this. So this is a 40 count, I want to say the fabric is 40 count flagstone. That's what it was. It's flagstone. So it's a sorry, it's falling off. It's a 40 count flagstone, and then I did all my own colors on this. So the red is Victoria Moto. The white is, I believe, Victoria Moto as well, and then I'm using some other colors. So I'm just doing my own kind of color conversion for it. If you can't see things really well, it's because it has been horrible. Let me stop for just a minute and go back a bit and say, my heart and my thoughts go out to all those that were involved in the last night's tornadoes that came through, and they hit Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. And I understand that today that South Carolina has taken a brunt of stuff, but I don't know if they've gotten any tornadoes yet. But what devastation we had on Easter. Not a good thing at all. My heart goes out to each and every one of those families. I understand we've lost 19 people over those 4 states, and a lot of devastation. So my heart, my thoughts and prayers go out to those. I hope it didn't affect any of our stitchy friends and family, but if it did, know we're thinking about you at this time. So right now we are very overcast here in Kentucky. It has been raining off and on, but we are past that major part. We had warnings last night that we had to be careful. It was going to be 50-mile-an-hour plus winds, but I did not hear, and my husband didn't hear, and we slept right through whatever it was, and woke up to all the devastation from the other states. So again, know that we're all thinking about you right now. So now I'm going back to my stitching. So I'm working on that, trying to get it done because it is a lending chart, so I need to get it back to Patricia, but I can't work on it exclusively because I can't do that. I can't work on anything exclusively, so I have been working a little bit here and there on other things besides that. I did a little bit more on my Santa of the Forest. I did, I'll show you. I did his, so there he is there. You can see that purple. If I can pin this right like this. So I worked on this here, this little bit, and then you can see there's some green going in. I just love this. I love this. I am so in love with the shading and the pop of color on Lavender and Laces patterns. So I have purchased several of them. I have intentions of doing several of them. And I'm just loving this bear right now. He's just so adorable. And I can't wait to get more of this done. I really need to come up with some kind of stitching plan of getting these worked on more. But it doesn't help that I'm working all the time. So I do what I can do, but I wish I was doing more. My next one was my son's stocking. It's coming out of this book from Stony Creek. And I'm doing this stocking right here, which is called Winter Wonderland Stocking. And Amy Loves Toads is working on this with me. And also Crystal, who is not a floss tuber, she is doing this pattern. She's doing the full picture one, which I'm excited to see that one come to life. I love that cabin. That cabin is cool. So I hope she's working on hers too. And this is where I'm at with mine. I did get a little more done this week. I was hoping to get the cardinals in before I had to show it to you guys, but that wasn't happening. So, but you can see that little bit of red, and that's going to be the cardinals. So hopefully by next time I show this, that you guys will be able to see the little cardinals in there. I love when I see the little animals because it encourages me to stitch more. So that was my sled stocking. And then I can't remember if I've worked on this more or not since the last time you saw it, so I'm going to show it anyway. It is New York Dreamers Wintertime. And of course everybody knows that this is the pattern that Barb and Leanne from Lost and Floss 2 did. Both of them did, and this is the pattern they gifted to me. I'm stitching this in memory of Leanne. So this is where I'm at with it right now, and I haven't really picked this up in the last couple weeks, so I need to do more of it. But it's right there. You can see the word winter. Got a branch through the W, working on the T. So I really need to get this. There's not enough time in the day, you know, there's just not enough time in the day when you work. Those of you that have been home through all of this, I'm a little envious because you are getting more stitching time in than I am, and I would wish I was staying home. But at the same time, I am so thankful that I am working. My husband's working. We're still full-time working all through this, and I know so many people have lost their jobs. They're on furloughs, they're on layoffs because of this virus. So I'm thankful that we're working and we're still able to bring in income. So, and again, my heart goes out to those people that are standing by wondering if they're going to have a job when all this is over with, because it's not, that's stress. That is the true stress, not so much the virus and trying to stay well, but worrying about whether you're going to pay your bills or whether you're going to have a job when all this is over with. So tough thing. My last piece that I want to show, and I started this twice. This is One Nation Bygone Stitches. I thought this was the perfect year to get this started and finished. We're in 2020. We have an election this year. We got a lot going on in the nation this year. And I think it's the perfect time for me to remember why or when I stitched, why and when, not or, why and when I stitched this piece and how much it means to me. And the first time I started, now this fabric is it was a 36 count bramble. So, you know, it's a gray model, but very light gray. And I started it, I got part of the blue, I started on the stars, and I realized that the white in the stars was not popping because the bramble was so light in areas that I felt like I really wanted it to pop. I didn't like it. So I ended up taking a knife, taking all the stitches out. I ripped everything out and I re-dyed the fabric with my pearl gray Rit dye just to darken it down a little. And I can truly say, and I started this again last night, so it's not a lot of stitching, that I'm very happy with the way that the white is now popping off the fabric. So I'm going to show you, there it is there. That's where I'm at with it. I think most people who are working on this are trying to do 2 stars, 2 stripes every week to get, so they would be done within the year. I'm probably going to have to step it up to 3 or 4 to catch up so that I can get it done before election time. But I love it. I am doing this with Sloopy Threads. I decided also that I didn't want to buy 24 skeins of Classic Colorworks, I believe it is. I believe it's Classic Colorworks. But I didn't want to buy 24 skeins of floss. It is, it's Classic Color. Because that was a lot of money, 24 skeins. So I decided I was going to use my Sloopy Threads, and they're the same threads that I use for my Stand for Freedom. So it was in the kit for Stand for Freedom, and it came in a pack like this. And the ones that I'm using are here, red, white, blue. I'm going to line them up. So there they are there, just beautiful. You can see the blue is a mottled blue, straight white, and a straight red. I thought about using the other red in here, but it is a red and like a purple. And I have other silky colors. Whoops, 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 I just lost one. Hold on, because I don't want the cats to get my thread. I have some other sulky packs, but none of them had a red that I was really thrilled with. You can see this one kind of has purple running through it. And I didn't want to have purple in my flag. So I decided that I would stick with the straight red and just do the red, white, and blue. Because if you look at the pattern and you look at other people stitching it, there's not a lot of modeling in the red that I can see. So I figured it was probably better just to do it straight. So I'm going to do it the straight, red, white, and blue. And I think it's going to be gorgeous. And if I run low, I'll just order another one of whatever spool I'm running low of. And it still won't cost me as much as it would have if I bought all the Classic Colorworks. So that is what I've been working on the last few weeks. I'm going to continue trying to get caught up on my flag. I know it looks a little washed out because I've got a light shining on me because I got doors open, I got windows open, trying to get some light in here. I didn't want to I'm in the dining room again, and I didn't want to put the light above on because then it shines through the pictures and is distracting, and so are the glasses right now. And so I'm very excited about getting this done. So I don't have a lot of fabric left over, but I'm good with this because this was a fat quarter and it fit on the fat quarter in 36 count. So that's what I've been working on. I will continue working on these and other things. I've got to get this one pattern done so I can get it back to who it belongs to. So that'll be the majority of my stitching until I get it done, because I know there are other people waiting to stitch that item. And I have not stitched on my Linens and Threads 2020 Mystery Sal. Now I started that one on, I hand dyed some green fabric if you remember, and I'm using Silks for You green. It's like an emerald green, medium emerald green silk, and I can't stitch on that right now because my hands are so cracked and peeling at my nails that I keep catching the silk. So I had to stop doing that for a while. Hopefully when this gets over and I can get my hands softened back up, I can get caught up again. But for the time being, I'm just not going to be able to stitch on that with silks. I can't touch any silks because my fingers keep catching them and it pulls the thread out of the needle before I can get the needle through. So just irritating, so I don't want to do that. So what else have I been doing besides making masks? You've seen my stitching, what I'm working on. I have a little bit of haul that I've gotten, so we can show that. And one of the things I was most excited about getting was on eBay. And as I'm showing these things, I'm not going to remember where I got everything. I'm telling you now, I can't. So I'm just going to show it. So on eBay, there was an auction for hoops, for my spring tension hoops, the ones that I like with the plastic on the ends. And I end up getting 3 of the size I like to use, plus 2 or 3 smaller ones. I didn't bring those out, all for $9 free shipping. So I was so excited that I could actually put a hoop at each of my projects now and use them. I use the bigger ones too, but I like this little one because it's so easy to hold. I can just wrap up my fabric, pin it to it, and they work great. So I was thrilled to get them. Some of them have this little bar. I don't know if you can see that here. Some of them have this little bar like this, which I have no idea what that was for, but it doesn't bother me any, and some of them don't. So I was thrilled to get my hoops. So I got those off eBay. I'm always watching to see if I can find more, because I'd like to have like 20 or 30 of them. I can stick them in every single bag. I got a gift that I want to show you, which is just ironic that she sent me this. So Victoria from Victoria's Crafty Room sent me a pattern that I was looking at on eBay and was stalking for a while. And I thought it was so funny that this is the pattern she sent me, because she would have no idea that I was watching and looking at this pattern. But it is Grape Expectations from Hillside Samplings. And I'm sure I've mentioned it before, how much I'm really enjoying some of the Hillside Samplings. There's their little logo there. Some of their patterns, and these are older patterns, but I really love them. I really love them. There's one that's called A is for Acorn, and I have been stocking that one on eBay, but she's asking too much. I'm waiting for the price to come down. Or I might just spring for it when we get our little stimulus check. I might just, because it's like $13. But I try to get them when they're $2, $3, $4 a piece, because I'm cheap. And this one here, most of them have a button in them. If you look in the center, it's got a grape button, so I'm not going to have to hunt down that grape. It's like a porcelain button, and I'm not sure where I can get that or something similar, but most of them have a porcelain button in them. One of them is the pine cones design that I showed, that I said I was going to start, and I still haven't started because I have to order those threads. And I keep putting off placing an order at 1-2-3 Stitch because I know I need other things, and I'm trying to figure out what do I need. Before I do it, what do I need? So I might actually sit down this afternoon and figure out what I need so that I can get that order in. And one of the things, and now I have this one, I'll have to look and see what flosses this takes and if I want to change it up or not. But the Pinecone one takes Threadworks, so I'm going to go and order the Threadworks for it. And this one probably takes Threadworks too, so I may order this as well. This one and this has a lot of specialty stitches in it, which is lots of fun. So I like when they have little specialty stitches in them that I can do. This one has, oh, it's just DMC. That's a shocker. Yep, DMC or anchor thread. And I may, for the purple, I may order a Threadworks for it. I'm going to look on there to see what color purple Threadworks they have, and I may order just that one color because it's majority, has a lot of purple in it. So I may do that, but it's really such a cute design. I really love it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I want to get that done. And then the A for Acorn. So Victoria, thank you so much for the pattern. I love it. It was one of the ones I was looking for, so thank you so much. So I won't put that back right now. Okay, so I also, if you're a member of Stash Unloading Group, during this time in the beginning, they were doing, a lot of the stitchers were doing giveaways on that Facebook group and for different charts and stuff. So I had put in for a couple that I thought were really cute, and I won one. So I won the Lizzie Kate Frightful series, which is a series of 3 charts. And it is a used chart, but it's still quite usable, so I was thrilled to get it. And it's so darn cute. So I was so thrilled to win this. So it was very sweet, and I cannot remember because she didn't write her name on the slip to tell me what her name was, and I don't remember. But if you're watching this, thank you so much. I love the pattern. I definitely will be doing it. It takes Weeks Dye Works. So I don't have a lot of Weeks Dye Works, but look how adorable. It comes in 3 different charts, but just such a cute Halloween design. So I was so thrilled to win that. And then I also belong to a Facebook group. There's a young lady, I believe she's a young lady. I know she's a lady, I don't know if she's young. And her Facebook group is called Bestitch Me, and she dyes fabric. And she does these Friday night fight nights, is what she calls them, where she posts a bunch of fabrics and people try to get them, be the first to say me please. And so I'm never lucky enough to get them because she does them on a Friday nights at 9 p.m. and I think it's Central Standard Time. I don't know. It's an hour or 2 difference from where I am. And by that, I'm not a late night person. So I'm usually in bed by the time she's doing these. So I went on to, she also has a website, and I went on to the website and I purchased this one on the website. And it is a 36 count linen called Gold Rush. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty piece. There it is. Love it. And they always look different on each side, But just a beautiful goldish fabric wanted to try and see how her fabrics were, and I was very happy with what I received. And I might, and she's got, I'm telling you, she does some beautiful dyeing. So I just may, and I'm going to show you, that's the Facebook, whoops, that's the Facebook group. So you can go ask to join the Facebook group, Be Stitch Me, and join in on getting some fabric because she does a beautiful job and her shipping is very low. So I was appreciative to see that. I went on to Amazon to get, when I was thinking about doing the One Nation, I was looking at different threads and stuff, sulky threads, because I do love sulky. And I ended up getting this there. And it is a tube of blendables. So you can see all the different colors. I love that blues, the yellows, pinks. There's another red. And I think that's the same one as the other one with the purples in it. The blue, I love that too. That's pretty. Look at these. These are all gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love that orange. So just beautiful, beautiful. So I picked that up in at Amazon. And it says it is Crossroads by Amy Barrickman, Decorative Thread. Westport Collection is what this is. And it is the 12-weight Sulky Petites. So that's what it looks like. So I picked that up because I like all the variegated colors and stuff. If you're doing a monochromatic pattern like the Linens and Threads Mystery Cell or something, it's nice to have the variegated. It comes out really beautiful. So I said I'd give that a shot. At one of the, I want to say this is Sandra Stitches Stash. Sandra Stitches, I think that's it. She sells new and used patterns and fabrics and stuff. I picked this up, which I love, Permanent of Copenhagen. It is a bell pull called Gabrielle. And look at the flowers. And I don't want to take it out of the plastic, but isn't that gorgeous? I love those. It's such a gorgeous pattern. They did it on a riband. And it is just beautiful. Yeah. It is a 28 count linen that they did it on. And I love those designs. I love that pattern. And it is through Witch Elf. And I'm trying to think if that is DMC or what it is. It is DMC. They did that in DMC, which is awesome. So that's it right there. Just beautiful. Love it. That definitely is my style. So I want to try to get that worked on. And then I bought off of eBay. There's an eBayer that has a shop that has closed and she's selling off her, I think she said her mother owns it, or owned it, and she's just selling off all the stock and stuff. And I picked up things, and you get them pretty cheap. So I got this calendar that is the year in Samplers 1988. And I'll show you some of the pictures in here. And the patterns all came in a little booklet, but it shows you the patterns. So I'll show you some. So like that, which is really cute. That one. We got, let's see, that was February, March. April, and I got it just for these patterns because I thought, and you couldn't see the inside, I just took a shot at it, and there's a couple on here that I really like that I may do. May, June, I love that border. June, I don't know about the inside, but I love the border. June, July, August, September, October, I like that one. November, and December. So just cute samplers from 1988. So I really like that. I like that it has the separate little booklet. It has all the patterns in it. So I picked that up. I picked this up for the obvious reason. This is Star Spangled Scissor Find. And it is a scissor fob. And you know I'm going to have to do that. Just adorable, patriotic scissor fob. And that is from Calico Crossroads is the company, if you're interested. I picked up this patriotic design called Stars and Stripes Birdhouse Series. It's from Raspberry Patch Designs. There's the whole pattern with the name, and then there's, isn't that so cute? Love that. And then this one I already had, but I had mistakenly given away my original copy. And hey, when I got when I ordered it again through 123 Stitch, it came in a small blister pack instead of the full book. It is Cricut Collection, so when I saw this come back up for $2, I got the actual cardstock pattern back because I like those. And then I bought a couple of, and I want to say these are, I don't know if this is it's bigger than a fat quarter, but they are 32 count Lugana in white. So I got 2 big pieces of Lugana in white. See, they're quite large. I mean, and so I'll have some fabric for dyeing and stuff in Lugana. So I was happy to get that. And then my last purchase was just a couple of skeins of Fancy Floss. I'm running really low on Fancy Floss, so I need to get cracking here and join a club, join something, because I'm using it up. So I want to get more. But I bought these because I needed them for some project. This one here I think I need for my America the Beautiful, for the green. And I bought the blues because I was trying to find a blue for the America the Beautiful and ended up choosing something else. But I have these blues, and then I got this, which is, what is this? This is Shaker White, and it's really a dirty white. It didn't look that way on the screen, but it is, and I'm not a big fan of that. So that was everything that I purchased. I'm trying not to go crazy and purchase a bunch of stuff because look at my hair is all funky. Just washed it this morning. It's doing whatever it wants. Trying not to buy a lot of stuff right now because things are so uncertain, but at the same time I have that urge to, you know, when you're stressed you want to buy things. So I have this urge to do those things. So I'm trying to not do those things. That's probably why I haven't done my 123 Stitch order yet. Part of that was supposed to be for my counted canvas that I wanted to start, that I think it was Becca from My Stitchy Home that sent me the package of the canvas itself and the frame and stuff so I could get it going. But I still haven't gotten the threads for it yet because I'm trying not to get carried away. Plus the fact that I'm still part of the Stitch from Stitch Your Stash 2017-2020 Facebook group. I'm already in the hole from the previous month, so I'm trying to dig myself out again. And it's funny because even though they allowed us to double our budget for the month to try to help all the Stitchy stores stay in business, I haven't doubled mine. I don't want to. So I'm in the hole still. I need to get out. My finish here, I'm not sure what this counts towards. I'm going to have to look if I've already did this one or not. I think I've already applied for money for that, so I'm still in the hole. So I need to finish America the Beautiful so I can get some funds back and see how bad I am in the hole. So that's everything. I have plans on reorganizing my stash. So I've decided that I want to reorganize. Right now I keep it mostly by the designer. So I keep it in designer order, and then I have like a miscellaneous onesie twosies, that kind of thing. But I think I'm going to reorganize the whole thing, and I want to get a filing cabinet. So I haven't told my husband this yet, but I want to get a 4-drawer filing cabinet. I don't care if it's new, used, otherwise, and then start doing them by categories instead. So the seasons, spring, winter, fall, the holidays, and then breaking it up, patriotic and things like that. So when I do that and I start reorganizing, I might shoot a video. Yeah, I probably will. I'll shoot a video of some of the patterns that I have, you know, because I have some older ones and stuff. So I want to be able to show you what I got, see if I can inspire somebody to buy something that they've never seen before, or stitch on something because they say, oh, I got that too and I really need to get it out. So it's nice to enable one another, even if it's to get a wish list going or whatever, so you don't forget when you do have some funds what you want to buy. So I will do that. I'm also still in the process of getting ready for Stitch Mania in May. My Stitch Mania is going to be, for the most part, Ornamania. That's what I'm calling it. Hashtag Ornamania 2020. And I'm doing mostly ornaments or smalls, a lot of Christmas, a lot of Halloween, and I've got about 12 things already kitted. I've got to get the others because I'm doing 20. So it is my plan to do 20 in May. I may try to work it out that on the weekends, and I'm still thinking about this, on the weekends that I will stitch on a whip or 2 whips, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and then Monday through Friday start a new one. That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure because that'll be 20 plus the weekend, so that'd be 7, that'd be 28, right? Yep, 7 times 4 is 28. Yeah, that's because math, Steph. And so I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm still getting it together. I will do a separate video and show you what things I'm going to be working on for Stitch Mania. Hopefully we'll get that shot before May. This is my only day off this week. I think, I want to say, is it next week? No. Let's see. Today, I got today off, which is Monday. I have Thursday off, which my husband and I are planning to get things done that we need to get done because it's the first day off we've had together. And then, so it won't be this week. It might be next week. It's the 24th to 25th, whenever that is. I have a 3-day, I took 3 days off in a row. When that comes along, I will do the video on my Stitch Mania, on my Ornamania 2020, and show you what I'll be working on. I've grabbed some great smalls and ornaments and stuff like that to do because I figured if I'm doing that many, I don't want to do big projects. I want to do small ones. I have more chance of getting them done before the Halloween or Christmas hits, so that's what I want to do. So I'll be working on those. I still have plans in my head to shoot other videos. I started shooting a video on my Lady of the Flag, the one that I had, it was Save the Stitches one. I have pulled it apart. I unframed it. I've cleaned it. I'm in the process of, I've got to get it back ironed out and get it remounted to the board. And I've been videoing these processes so that you guys can see what when I took it apart, what it looked like, what I'm doing to try to fix, because they basically used a sticky tape or a sticky board and stuck her down on the mat board. So I had to take her off. I had to, if she was too small for the board, I had to sew fabric around the edges. I'm gonna lace her back onto the board so she's nice and clean and neat and ironed, and then get her back in the frame. So you guys will see all that when I finally finish that process. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I know there's lots of things I wanted to talk about. I'm watching FlossTube here and there. I'm not watching as much as I used to do. When I get home from work, I'm pretty tired. So I'm pretty much, I eat depending on what time I get home, and I relax. My back is killing me from working, and I pass out. I don't last that long. The first thing I do when I get home is, if it's not too late, I grab coffee. I need coffee, give me coffee. So I can stay up a little longer, try to get a few stitches on something, and then back to sleep, back to work. So, and my days off normally don't run together. And by the time I have a day off, I'll get a little bit of stitching in, but then I've got laundry and cleaning and all those other things. Everybody, you know, run errands, everything everybody has to do. So not much time for much. So I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's staying well. I know we'll all get through this together. Keep the faith and know that we will get past this point in our lives and go back to normalcy at some point again. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are. I miss going to Hobby Lobby. I miss going to Joann's. You know, I miss going out to eat. Okay, we have ordered pizza once, I think, and we got Popeye's chicken once. But normally about once a week we would go out to eat or something. We haven't done any of that, of course, because we can't, because everything's closed. So I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else. If I think of anything else, I'll tack it on to the next one. Please be safe. Try to stay well. Do your best to stay away from everyone. I know it's difficult, especially during this time when we had Easter. Everybody wanted to be with family and we couldn't. We will be with our family members again. My mother-in-law is doing well, as well as to be expected, I should say. We aren't able to see her. My husband and I, rewind. My husband and my brother-in-law were able to video, whether it was Skype or whatever, the nursing home set up for each family members to be able to see their loved ones through Skyping. And she has really slipped, unfortunately, mind-wise, not well at all. They told me that when they were talking to her, she would only repeat what they said. So if they said, "Hi, Mom," she would repeat back, "Hi, Mom." You know, if they said something else, she would just repeat it. You know, how are you doing? And then she'd just say, how are you doing? And it was really heartbreaking for them to see that she couldn't answer questions, that her mind is slips quite a bit since they've seen her last. So, but health-wise, she's doing really well. She hasn't run to the emergency room at all during this time, which is awesome. But just heartbreaking, So, again, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, now I remember what I want to talk about. 2,000 subscriber giveaway. I still have not heard from the 2 people that I chose for the giveaway. I'm shocked. Neither one of them. For the overseas, the winner was Viv S. I'm going to put that up here. You need to contact me, Viv. I put my email down below in every one of my channels. If I do not hear from Viv by, today is the 13th, so we're going to say by the 21st, I'm going to redraw the overseas one again for the $40 gift certificate to the LNS. Okay, and the second person was, oh, now I can't remember. Hold on. The second person was Barbara Clother. Okay, I'll post that up here too. Okay, Barbara, please send me an email before the 21st of April and give me the information that I'm going to need. Contact me and we'll talk back and forth through email to set you up so I can make you a project bag and send you the items that I'm going to send to you. But if I don't hear from you, Barbara, before the 21st, I'm going to choose a new winner. So I'm just surprised that I haven't heard from either one of my winners of the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So I'm just really surprised. So give me a holler, and if I don't hear from them, you guys keep your fingers crossed, because I'm going to do it again. I'm going to draw 2 more names on the random comment picker and contact 2 more people on my next video. So thanks again. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming by, stopping and watching my videos, commenting, liking, subscribing. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at CrossMyStitches, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.